Hey everybody, Uncle Buck here. Hey, thanks for tuning in. What we're talking about today is the P320 X10. So me personally, I waited a long time for this. I could not find one locally. Kept checking shops, kept calling them every few days to see if they got a shipment. Finally, I just ended up getting on a call list, and they got 3 in and I was third on the list. So had her about 3.5 months now, and I've been able to put about 340, 360 rounds, somewhere in there through it. And believe it or not, we do have the internets out here in Idaho. And so I've seen all the mixed reviews, and either I got really lucky or the other folks got really unlucky, because I have not had one fail to cycle, one fail to eject. I got really good spring on the magazine, which I'll show you. The only thing I will say about the magazine is one of them, it's still really hard to get the 15th round in. I feel like I'm going to break my loader or damage something in the magazine. So I've just been putting 14 in them. So take a look at the weights. So one thing I should mention about the failures or lack thereof is this is going to be my primary mountain gun now. So I'm not going to be putting a red dot on it, although it is already pre-cut, ready to go for the SIG or for an RMR footprint. However, I'm not doing that on this weapon. It's going to be slick and light as possible because I'm already old and fat enough to be hiking in the mountains, so the lighter the better. I do have a VersaCarry Insurgent, which fits it really well. Take a look. So let's see her in action for a second. All right, so let's take a look at the magazine. I just have one of them out here in the shop. So like I said, they hold 15. Only one of them takes 15 happily. The other one, I feel like I'm going to break something. So clearly I've put more rounds through one mag than the other. I haven't been keeping track. But just keep in mind, like I said, I've had no failures, but it's because I'm only shooting FMJ and hardcast. So I have not even tried a hollow point through it. So the dimensions of these rounds could be why that's happening. All right, so let's take a closer look at it. Slide release is ambi. It's on both sides, as you can see. We already talked about the cutout. X-ray 3 day nights, which work really well in my opinion. Mag release comes set up for righties, but you can flop it. What else? It does have the 1913 rail. It's got the flat trigger, which I really like. And I didn't actually put a spring on this trigger, but I did on my Springfield XDM Elite with the Meta trigger. And that one came in at about 4 3/4 pounds. And this one feels exactly like it as far as pull. It's got a good reset, and it doesn't have too much take up, too much creep in my opinion. I think it's a really, really good trigger. I'd say it's probably just a little bit better than the Meta trigger in my opinion. So in summary, really for the review, like I said, this is going to be my mountain gun. So hollow point performance doesn't matter for me. If it matters for you, try to find another review. I purchased this just to kind of give my Python a rest. As I get older, I feel less and less comfortable beating that thing up in the mountains and keeping hot rounds in it for what I really need up there: bears, wolves, cats, whatever. So what I will say is she is a little nose heavy compared to a couple of the other ones I felt, but with a full magazine in there, she balances out really well. The grip is just incredible in your hands, in my opinion. Again, I got, you know, small to medium hands. It is a little snappy. So prior to picking this up, I've probably shot 5 to 10 rounds ever of 10mm through a buddy's 1911. So this was the first time really putting, you know, hundreds of rounds through a weapon in 10 mil, and it is a little snappy. It takes a little getting used to, especially with my grip. But overall, absolutely love this thing. Glad I got on the list. Glad I waited. Can't wait to put a few more 100 rounds through it and keep having fun with it. So thanks for watching.